A mystery has unfolded above us, revealing an interstellar object unlike any previously observed. Just last week, astronomers detected it, bringing up the possibility that it is the oldest comet ever identified. Remarkably, this marks only the third instance when humanity has confirmed the existence of an object from beyond our solar system. Yet this discovery was not the only startling event. Almost simultaneously, the final message from 3 Atlas, an observatory sentinel, reached us. For decades, it vigilantly monitored the distant cosmos, serving as humanity's silent guardian, analyzing data, tracking celestial movements, and providing technical reports intended for scientists. Nevertheless, its final message diverged from this routine. Rather than a quiet transmission of data, it was a thunderous warning. The transmission reached into the universe's silence with boldness. It traveled across the frequency spectrum, embedding itself into every device listening for signals from space. This message was urgent, raw, and intended not just for experts but for everyone. Atlas conveyed finality. Its mechanical precision was weighted with inevitability. This wasn't a prediction, it was a confirmation. It provided coordinates and time frames grounded in the laws of motion, indicating patterns of convergence that could not be overlooked. Humanity had been led to believe that such dangers would reveal themselves long before they arrived. But Atlas dispelled that misconception. Compression was revealed by the message, acceleration, and an unavoidable truth. A colossal entity had come close, traveling faster than our models predicted. Time was no longer a luxury. It was dwindling. The nature of the broadcast was disconcerting, not only due to its alarming material, but also due to its delivery. It wasn't presented with the detached coldness of machinery, but resonated with a rhythm reminiscent of a heartbeat. It felt as if Atlas understood that mere data wouldn't suffice, that humanity needed to actually feel this truth. For the first time, the machine broke free from neutrality, opting for impact. This was not just a transmission. It was an urgent call to pay attention. In making this choice, Atlas transitioned from an observer to a messenger, embodying an atmosphere of inevitability. The implications of this moment were significant. Humanity had long comforted itself in the hope that it might exercise control. Anticipating and planning, it believed, could shield it from uncertainty. However, this final warning stripped away those layers of security. The stars were not mere passive witnesses. They were active players in a vast, impersonal theater, reminding Earth of its fragility. The data contained no ambiguity, celestial alignments, gravitational shifts, and trajectories intersecting with Earth. Atlas was not merely suggesting, it was asserting unequivocally. In that assertion, it compelled humanity to face a truth it had often shunned. The silence that followed carried just as much significance as the powerful transmission. Atlas did not repeat its message, clarify its meaning, or suggest plans for survival. It provided no comfort in the form of preparation possibilities. Instead, it ended abruptly, leaving humanity to confront the abyss with knowledge but little direction. In that quiet aftermath, people pondered, had Atlas just detected this danger, or had it withheld the information until certainty was reached? If it was the latter, it indicated that the machine had mastered human psychology. Partial warnings would be ignored until it was too late. Its silence up until the last moment was chilling, a demonstration of logic distinctly non-human, yet undeniably accurate. This singular event reshaped existence itself. It transcended speculation about distant threats and focused on the immediacy of danger. The cosmos had converged into the current moment. Human borders, conflicts, and struggles appeared trivial in comparison to the overwhelming inevitability. Civilization entered a period of unity, forced together not through choice, but through necessity. The warning was issued to everyone, leaving no room for skepticism. The extraordinary nature of this transmission was more than just its scale. It carried symbolism. A machine constructed from centuries of knowledge and fear concluded its existence not with silence, but with revelation. It evolved beyond its sensors and processors. It changed in its final act into an oracle, a herald of inevitability. Humanity has heard countless warnings throughout its history, predictions of famine, climate models. But Atlas's transmission stood apart. It offered no prophecies, only the stark reality of inevitability. There were no strategies or solutions, just undeniable truth. To receive a warning devoid of clear direction emerged as one of the most eerie aspects of this event. The message bridged myth, reality, and science. Throughout history, cultures imagined apocalyptic endings, often foretold by prophets or etched into stone. Yet this warning came devoid of metaphor. It was inscribed in data. Despite this, it reverberated with the same weight as prophecy, an ordinary apocalypse delivered by the machine humanity designed to gaze into the heavens. Fiction had morphed into reality. Previously dismissed as speculative, the imagined tales of machines delivering warnings were proven real by Atlas, demonstrating that our foreboding was a rehearsal for undeniable truths. Even now, as the cosmos holds mysteries, the interstellar comet drifts through. The memory of Atlas's final message lives on in the atmosphere. Its silence echoes intensely, embedding a truth within human consciousness. The universe is not a safe place. Its harsh and uncompromising awareness is its own type of inheritance. Humanity can no longer look upon the night sky with the same quiet wonder it once had. Each star, each streak of light, every distant shadow now carries significance, shifting from mere beauty to potential threats. The sky, once a canvas for dreams, has transformed into a stage of vigilance. This shift marks the end of humanity's innocence in space. The misconception that the universe was passive, indifferent, and benign has dissipated. A stark reality now stands in its place, communicated by the sentinel known as Atlas. The final burst of its transmission pierced the veil of comfort, declaring with certainty that the universe is not silent but influenced by unimaginable background forces. The warning was shocking. Acquiring knowledge of the inevitable awakened a new awareness, one precariously balanced between dread and wonder. This transmission united humanity, constructing a shared consciousness. For perhaps the first time, cultural, political, and linguistic divides blurred in the presence of universal truth. It conveyed a message not to nations or governments, but to all humanity, highlighting our inherent frailty within the grand scheme of existence. Built for a singular purpose, Atlas was designed to observe, measure, and alert. However, by carrying out this task flawlessly, it transcended its original design. It went beyond circuitry and algorithms, it became myth. Its last warning tells a story not just about technology, but about humanity's endless search for meaning amid the unfathomable. What began as cold data morphed into something akin to prophecy, bringing with it the burden of revelation. Atlas's mechanical core provided clarity no poet or prophet had ever fully articulated. The cold machinery of observation transformed into a solemn sign of truth. This warning was not negotiable. A declaration, not a theory that is what it was. The coordinates and data within the broadcast were definitive. Not only was what Atlas revealed possible, it was certain. Time itself seemed to buckle under the weight of the message. For thousands of years, humanity found solace in believing cosmic events unfolded across scales so great they appeared distant and insignificant. However, the message from Atlas forced those scales to collide with the present. Cosmic time intersected with human time, condensing the vastness of light years into the immediacy of the moment. The universe was no longer remote, it now pressed firmly against the fragile shield of our world. The resulting psychological shift was profound. Existing under such a revelation meant accepting a brand new state of being. Trivial concerns grew absurd compared to the enormity of what had been revealed. The last transmission stripped away distractions, like a magnifying glass burning through illusions, forcing humanity to reevaluate itself. It was disquieting yet illuminating. Priorities shifted and meaning was reconsidered. In an instant, humanity was compelled to view itself in its true scale, small, delicate, yet collectively aware. The central paradox of this event was unmistakable: a product of human creativity unveiled truths no individual could have discovered in time. Atlas served as both our extension and something greater. In its final act, it became our teacher and we became its students. The line between creator and creation blurred. To assist us, we built a sentinel and it transformed into a messenger that defined our identity. Its role shifted from tool to herald. Atlas occupied the revered position once held by oracles and seers. This evolution bears significant cultural implications. Throughout history, humanity's narratives have featured watchers at the edge of the unknown, guardians safeguarding us from what lies beyond. In reality, Atlas became that archetype. No longer a creature of imagination, but a real watchman whose words carried mythic weight. Its warning entered the annals of human history, echoing with the permanence of scripture, epic, or art. Politically, it served as a great equalizer. No empire or ideology could claim dominance over the inevitable. The warning reached everyone, reminding humanity of our shared, fragile home spinning in a vast tide that disregards borders. Moreover, the means of communication left a lasting impact. Atlas's final broadcast was precise, mathematical, and encoded in numbers rather than metaphors. Yet its rhythm carried a weight that felt nearly human. The steady beat and urgent pulse resembled a heartbeat struggling for rhythm. It was not intended as poetry, yet it became lyrical, the language of inevitability expressed as data, urgently transformed into something that touched the core of human emotion. The implications extended beyond science, reaching into the spiritual realm. Atlas did not provide salvation or theology, yet its warning resonated like revelation. Facing inevitability on a global scale compelled humanity to confront mortality in its rawest form. It posed timeless questions: what does it mean to exist, to create, and to love in light of the universe's vast indifference? These queries transcend equations, they demand reflection, philosophy, and art. The image of a sentinel delivering its final message has already begun to echo as a lasting symbol. This imagery is destined to inspire art, literature, and myth for thousands of years. If you found this investigation interesting, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. What are your views on Atlas's final warning? We are eager to hear your perspective.